Assalamu alaikum girls. I hope you are doing fine. As you know that we have already done the topic of causes of poor comprehension previously. So now today we are going to talk about techniques for good comprehension. Let's begin with our topic. Here we have prior knowledge about comprehension that we have discussed previously. We have discussed about causes of poor comprehension, which included disinterest and boredom, decoding individual words, difficult text, oral language deficit, working memory deficit, visual processing disorder, and poor memory skills. So now we are going to talk about how we can improve our comprehension, or what are the techniques for improving or having good comprehension skills. The first and foremost point of techniques for good comprehension is eliminate distraction from your environment. The first step towards improving your reading comprehension has to be reading in a space where you will be able to concentrate. Remove any distraction from your environment and turn off the electronics to prevent new distractions from appearing. Obviously, because when you are sitting somewhere in order to learn or read and the TV is on, your ears or your senses will automatically move towards television instead of your book. Therefore, you should turn off the TV and any music playing in the room that you are in, so that you can concentrate on whatever you are reading for the better comprehension, for the better understanding. Then the second point we have is read with the helper. Okay, so read with a helper if you are reading something above your level, because not everything that you read is of your level. There are some certain things which you cannot do alone. For example, why do you join schools, why do you join colleges, why do you join universities? Obviously because these are the things that you cannot understand at your own, therefore you need a helper for that. So whether that helper is a teacher, a friend, a parent, or whosoever, read with someone above your level who can assist you in understanding or comprehending, right? So if your helper is an educator, consider having them draw up some key comprehension questions that you can preview before you start reading, and that you can aim to be able to answer after you finish, right? Then our third point is improve your vocabulary. Over here, I will just give a general overview of improving your vocabulary. We will do how to improve your vocabulary in coming week. So right now we are just talking about how to improve your vocabulary to get a better understanding at what you read. Right? So if you don't know what a word means, it's going to be hard to improve your reading comprehension, because you won't be able to understand that word, you won't be able to understand the meaning. So have a rough idea of what vocabulary level you should be at your given age, and work on studying with words definitions 2 to 3 times a week. And also have a dictionary or computer with you while reading. Because when you come across a word you don't know, you can look it up and write the definition down in your notes, and you can then understand it or comprehend it in a better way, right? And also you can read a lot of books. Other than these techniques, other than this, how to improve your vocabulary, the points I have explained, we will do it in detail in the coming days. Okay, then fourth point is read books. Why? Read books over and over again to gain fluency. Because fluency is the ability to read and understand words automatically at a certain speed. When you are fluent in understanding, because when you are fluent in reading, obviously you have better understanding of the things, you have better vocabulary. Therefore, in order to improve fluency, read books twice or even thrice times to repeat your exposure to various words and phrases. Next point is keep some paper near you. Why? In order to take notes. Taking notes while not immediately is exciting. but it is a good way to boost your reading comprehension. If you are reading for a class, let's say, or you can have a notebook. Whenever the teacher says, whatever the teacher says, you try noting it down. Similarly, when you are reading at home, keep your paper along with you, where you can uh, write the vocabulary you are coming across, or anything that you are unable to understand, so that you can look it up afterwards. Also, you can have it in order to make your own vocabulary list, that these are the things I have studied or read, right? So you will want to take notes on paper instead of a laptop or any other electronic device, because there might be electricity failure and your work might get lost. So physically writing notes has been linked with deeper and richer understanding of material under study. Therefore, you should always keep something to write with your own hand, right? So, and also, if you own the book, take notes in the margin, on that, on the side. You there you In your previous days, in your school days, you might have noticed there are always written some tidbits and things to remember and point to ponder sort of things in the margins of the book. Why is they there? Because so that you can remember, or you can recall whatever is written over there. Then ask question. What questions? Ask question about the theme or author's intentions, right? So getting in the habit of asking question will automatically improve your comprehension by getting you truly involved in the story, right? You have read that poem in your intermediate part 1. What was the name of the poem? In Broken Images, right? In Broken Images, you have read that. And what was written there? A person who keep on questioning his senses, automatically approves it, and by the end of the poem, he says that I am in new clearance of my confusion. On the other hand, a person who does not ask question always end up in giddy details, in confused details, right? So that is why asking question is very important. You are trying to figure out by asking question, you are trying to figure out what's going on, right? And in order to do that, you always need to ask question and post possible answers as well. What you can do is you can write down your answer in your notes, and then you can come to it later on. The next point that we are going to discuss is read with class guidelines. What does that mean? Read with class guidelines. Okay, before discussing this point, there are another point that I would like to discuss. Although I have added that in your notes, you can learn it from there. Over here, I will just explain this, right? Ask question about the theme. We are done with that, and then the point I want to discuss is look at important sections first instead of reading a book linearly, right? You just have to, for better comprehension, for good comprehension, you need to skip to the points that are highlighted, that are written in bold, right? Why so? Because if you are reading factual information such as a textbook or newspaper, use organization of paper to guide you, right? So reading sections like summaries, introductions, and conclusion first, to get a better sense of where important information is. You can, from there you can learn that if I need to the skimming and scanning part, from there you can see if you need to skip the paragraph, or there is some information that is vital for you, right? So look for the main idea in each section you read, and then read around that main idea. It often comes first or very early in the on the section, right? So, and the other point, you should use the table of contents, section headings, and titles to determine where you read first. From where you can take a guideline, a help. Read with the class guidelines in mind. If you are reading for a class, guide yourself by reading for information that is relevant to that class, right? Because let's suppose you are sitting in your English class. Obviously, if in English class you won't be able to find the information that is there in business class, right? And also, it is not about only subjects. The class also refers to upper and lower class as well, right? The group of the people as well. Not only upper and lower class, but the group of the people, the tradition that or the cultures that are confined to some certain people are not exercised throughout the world. That is why, or not, for example, there are certain things which children do. They love fairy tales, right? They love playing around, but as an adult we do not do such things. We are not fond of such things. That is why focus on what you need to learn from your reading, and pay less attention to the rest of it to best comprehend the material. Whatever you need, focus on that. To get a sense of class guideline, look over the syllabus or outline for the class and pay attention to what the instructor emphasizes in the class, right? This is the point that I want to make, that I made previously as well, that when you are in English class, you cannot expect the English teacher to explain the business rules, and when you are in business class, you cannot expect the business teacher to explain the rules of language, right? So you need to go along with the teacher, with the instructor. Look over your homework assignment and quizzes to see what sort of information from your regarding reading that you are normally tested on. All right, the last point of our today's assignment is use digital information to your advantage. How? Select keywords or phrases and use those search within the book electronically, or you can find the relevant passage. Those of you who are familiar with the use of MS Word, you might have used somewhere, somehow, you might have used Control F, that is to find something within the text, right? Or and even this is available in Adobe as well. When you are reading, let's say, a lengthy article for your research work, you might come across many articles, and you have to come across many articles for completing your research work. For that, you need to keep these things in mind, that when you are working on your thesis, let's say, you will come across many articles which will be in Adobe, right? So in order to save your time, use digital information. Control F, you can find whatever relevant information you can get from an article. How? That it will highlight that important phrases or important words through which you can quickly scan the article, and in less time, and it can save your time. If you are not able to electronically search the contents of the book, you can also look for keywords or phrases in the index and find where they are in the book that way, right? I hope that today's lecture is quite clear and easy for you. And um if you have any question regarding anything, you can come to me anytime, right? And I thank you a lot for your support and for your coordination, because without you people, we can do nothing, right? So the huge round of applause for you guys for supporting our online system, online teaching. And please, please, please take it seriously, because your career, your academic career, your job as well depends on this. So please cooperate with us and keep visiting the slides and keep up the good work. I'll be sending the assignment for this as well. So stay in touch. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.